While you're not the first A-list actor to race in an ACO series, you are following the recent exploits of Michael Fassbender and Patrick Dempsey. You are certainly the first from India. Where did the love of racing come from?
It started in the 70s when I was probably 7, 8 years old. My father had friends who used to race in the Indian Championships. And so I was exposed to motorsports since then, visiting the circuits. And in fact, my father worked for a company where one of the directors raced for Mr. Vijay Mallya's team. And Mr. Vijay Mallya, as you all know, has spearheaded motorsports, having the first Formula One Indian team. And all the cars, the Indian prototype cars, would be parked at our place, at our home, and the mechanics would work on those cars. And the Formula 4 and Formula Atlantic and the Formula 1 cars that Mr. Vijay Mallya had got down to India would be parked at the circuit. So as kids, we would be driven to the pits, to the races, and probably that's where the fascination for motorsports came about.
Steve McQueen famously wanted to race at Le Mans while preparing for the 1969 film, but was forbidden by his insurers. Has your acting career suddenly stopped you from racing in the past?
I guess things were different in the 50s and until the 70s or early 80s, where drivers were getting killed every race weekend. So I know where that comes from. So it's understandable. The cars were unsafe then. The tracks were unsafe. Marshalling, the standards of marshalling, were not as they should be then. But things have changed. Yeah. The cars have evolved. Keeping the driver's safety in mind. The tracks have been redesigned. A lot of the older circuits have been redesigned, keeping safety in mind. So has marshalling. So I think motorsports has come a long way since the 50s. And in regard to the insurance, I'm sure there were not many players in the insurance business where they were willing to take such risks. But with motorsports having evolved over the years and becoming safer, there are a lot of insurance companies that are in fact very supportive. So I think it's a lot easier today. And I haven't faced any such problem.
That's good to hear.
I'm glad.
Up to this season, you've raced single-seaters and GTs. Now you're racing Le Mans Prototype 3 Ligier-Toyota. Mm-hmm. Have you found the transition, and what are the main difference from the LMP3 compared to the cars you've driven in the past?
Downforce. The cars are more stable, and probably because I have driven a lot of single-seaters, the Formula BMW Asia cars, Formula 3, the Formula 2 car. I find it easier. I think I adapt better to the prototype cars, and that's the reason I have decided to focus on the prototypes from 2026. And if I develop my skills, I focus on the P2 cars, the LMP2 cars. That's the program for now.
Yeah. I think it's fair to say it's not been an easy start in your LMP career, but what are the positives you've taken away from the first two races in Sepang and Dubai?
Many. Most of the circuits I have never driven at before. So getting to know a lot of these circuits, going through the data with the team. And 15 years ago, motorsports, we didn't have simulators, for example. Today we had video games on which you could practice. But today we have simulators. And so a lot of time on the simulators, a lot of time with the engineers studying data. So it's all been very helpful so far, and I think it will only get better as time goes by. It's a lot easier today to develop your skills on track, off track, prepare yourself mentally, physically. So.
Your fans in Malaysia and the UAE have been amazing. Thousands of fans attending the events just to see you race. How much does this support mean to you?
It means a lot. Most of the time when somebody comes out of their comfort zone, there's a lot of criticism, debates that, should he, shouldn't he. Yes, I did face that. I do face that even now, but thanks to the support from friends, well-wishers, and not just Malaysia or Dubai, world over. We had, I think, close to about 9,000 fans come to Spa, about 6,000-7,000 fans come to Nürburgring to support. it reassures me that I'm on the right path. And honestly, I'm not doing this just for myself. I love the sport too much. I definitely want to be a racing driver for as long as I can. But I would like to see these series come to India, like the Le Mans series, the Creventic 24, the GT4 Asian series. I would like India to host one round every year. I would like India to become a part of the Asian series. And I'm doing everything I can as an individual. But I think the corporates need to come on board. The series promoters like ACA. I hope that they also push for it and make sure that India gets to host all these events. It is very important for the sport back home, and probably even for the sport in general. That it's a huge. There is a huge potential for motorsports in India. I foresee that. And I don't wish to sound absurd by saying it, but I genuinely believe that India will play a very important role in taking motorsports forward.
Next, we're moving to Europe. Take part in the 2026 Michelin Le Mans Cup with 2 hours of 2-hour racing in Barcelona, Paul Ricard, Spa-Francorchamps, Silverstone, and Portimao. This is not your first season of racing in Europe, as you already mentioned, but which tracks have you raced on before, apart from Spa, which you've just mentioned, and which ones are you looking forward to the most?
Portimao is a wonderful circuit, and Paul Ricard, and for me to be driving in all these circuits, I grew up watching F1. There were times when races weren't telecast live in India, so I had friends who would send me VHS tapes of all the races, the recorded versions. And today, to be driving in all the circuits that I grew up watching, it's so surreal, and it's like a dream come true. I'm living my dream, actually. So yeah, Spa is definitely it's very special, and Portimao, I love the elevation changes, and it's really challenging for a driver to be driving at those circuits.
Of course, the Michelin Le Mans Cup will be racing on the full Circuit de la Sarthe at Le Mans in support of the 24 hours time. This year is a difference, a 3-hour race on the full circuit, supporting the 94th edition of the 24 hours Le Mans. How much awareness of Le Mans is there in India?
Honestly, not very much, because single-seater racing is what is very popular. Formula One, especially after Narain Karthikeyan became the first Indian F1 driver. There is a lot of awareness for single-seater racing, Formula 4, Formula 3, Formula 2. But off late, I see a shift, thanks to my fans and people who follow me, that they are now aware about this, the Le Mans series, and be it the Asian or the regional and the 24, the Le Mans. That's where we all want to be. So looking forward to the Michelin Cup, and that's our goal. Yes.
Yeah. What does it mean to you as a driver to be able to drive such a mythical circuit like Le Mans?
I would say the prototype, the Le Mans series, is probably the Formula One of endurance racing, right? Though the formats are shorter compared to the other series, but it's where all the endurance drivers want to be. To drive at the Le Mans 24. It's very important to me, and I hope that I with my team, we get there sooner or later.
With a huge grid of 35 LMP3 cars, with 11 in the Pro-Am class where you're competing, what is the goal for you and your new team, Ajith Kumar Racing team, in the first season of the Michelin Le Mans Cup?
The goal is to have good races, and to be recognized as a team that is truly passionate about motorsports. And yes, there are other reasons why people wish to come to motorsports, to just gain the respect of. Our goal is to gain the respect of all the series promoters, the teams, and the other drivers, and to be to get to the highest level possible as a team and individually as drivers, to get to the highest level possible in terms of our own abilities, and to have good races, not necessarily podiums, But at the end of the day, when we finish a race, and we all know that we did our best and we gave it all, and yeah, that would be our goal as a team.
Brilliant. Ajith, thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you so much.
You.